Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of the MSU Livestream podcast. Today we are joined by young up-and-coming rider, Kevin Moranz, just coming off his best result from the last round in Orlando with a 7th and a good 4th in the Heat 1. Welcome to the show, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I definitely was not down on it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, coming off a good weekend for you, I guess, the end of the East Coast and, your best result this season.
Yeah, exactly. So the heat races have all been really good for me. My starts have been really good this year, so
Yeah.
that's obviously a huge part of it. But yeah, my speed, I've just been really smooth, but just need to clean it up a little bit in the main. But ended up 4th in the heat race, 7th in the main. That's pretty legit, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Mate, there was only some real, the factory boys ahead of you, really.
Yeah,
It was only
exactly.
them, so the best of the rest, shall we say.
Yeah, exactly.
So I read that you started at about the age of 4 racing. What got you into
Mhm.
racing?
So my dad kind of like did hill climbs and just like rode around for fun and whatnot. So he'd already been on dirt bikes. He'd never really raced a whole lot before, so we didn't really get into it. And he didn't get us into it immediately. But when we moved to Topeka, Kansas, so I was born in Manhattan, Kansas, and when we moved to Topeka when I was like 3, we went over to meet our neighbors, who are the Timmons and the Titmans. So they were similar ages to me and my brother. So I'm 21. I have a brother that's 15 months older than me, so he's 22. He's about to turn 23.
Yeah.
And so we were 3 and 4 ish when we went over and met our neighbors, and our neighbors were around the same age as us, so little kids, and they were all on PW50s. So when we got there, Colton and I, so I my brother were like, Dad, we want those. Those are awesome.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how we got into it. And then, yeah, dude, it's built from there ever since I was 4 years old. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. You didn't do a lot of national stuff, but obviously you've competed in Loretta Lynn's. I think it was 7 times, is it?
Yes, I don't even know. I don't even remember. 7 or 8 times, 7 at least. But yeah, so that's all we did every year was, a lot of kids over here in America will, at least nowadays, they're getting pulled out of school and they're just getting homeschooled, and
Yeah,
you
we
just
see
train
that,
year
obviously.
round
Yeah, yeah.
and race. So I didn't do that. I went the normal route of going through public school all the way through high school. I played varsity football all 4 years. I wrestled a little bit. So I was doing other stuff. Racing was just not my life. Um, and I had school, and just with financial situations, we only did Loretta Lynn's every year. We didn't do Mini O's, we didn't do Mammoth, we didn't
No,
do
yeah.
Freestone, we didn't do any other nationals. Because we knew Loretta's was the biggest one, so we did one qualifier, one regional,
Yeah, I
and
did read
Loretta's if
that.
we
Yeah,
made
that's
it.
nuts.
So we never did 2 regionals, we never did 2 qualifiers, we never had a backup. It's either your boy did it or he didn't. So, and we were very consistent, very fortunate, to stay on 2 wheels a large majority of the time. So that's just kind of where I started. I only did Loretta's. I didn't do anything else. So I had, out of the 7 times I went, I think I had 5 top 10s. No championships or no podiums or anything like that. But I was always that guy that's right there that just continued to get looked over.
Yeah.
So, just sticking with it. We just did that until I got out of high school, and then started taking my career seriously when I didn't have to worry about going to public school and everything. But I
Yeah.
still continued and ended up getting an associate's degree from college online.
Yeah, I read that. So obviously motocross can be a bit of a short, term sport at the
Yeah.
age. So obviously you're thinking longer term of something that you want to do after, and
Oh
I
yeah,
read that
100%.
starting your own business and stuff like that is something you definitely want to do in the future.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, so. I mean, I don't know how much you guys know about my program and everything, but as a privateer, it's obviously pretty tough. So I take a lot of pride in all the different creative ways that I've built to make my program work. And so for a sense, I'm working for myself, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so I don't really see that changing in the future. Whenever racing does end for me, hopefully in 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But, whenever it does end for me, I see myself working for myself, creating my own business or getting into real estate and flipping houses and stuff. I think I'd really enjoy. So, I did go through the college route. I did get my associate's degree. So I have those 60 credit hours that can transfer to go towards a bachelor's or a 4-year degree.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of interest in kind of working for myself and maybe like real estate and flipping houses. And that's not really something you're going to learn in college. So it's more something you just need to find a good mentor with.
Yeah. So me and Dal, we're both in the construction industry. So there's something that we can do ourselves, you know. So we've done Dal's on his second, I'm on my second now. So I'm just selling my second home to try and, you know, make some money that way as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's all good. Obviously, being pro for 3 years now, you know, consistently getting better. You know, you said you've got your own sort of program that you go to, but privateer must be difficult, you know, like finding their own money for the fuel, for the bikes, you know. I know you get a bit of help, but, you know, I'm guessing that's how your businessy mind sort of works now, is it?
Yeah, pretty much. So like as a privateer, in like, I guess the best way to put it is the meaning of privateer is, you know, you don't have a factory ride, you're not getting a salary, you don't have somebody paying your way.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
yeah, like I've gotten creative with all the stuff that I have a part of my program to, yeah, like you said, like cover the fuel, cover my hotels, cover my travel, cover my bike, cover my parts, cover training on and off the bike. Like I can go down the list, man. It's long.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I see as well that you train at the goat farm.
Yes. So
how long have you trained there, or have you not training there now? Or?
No. So funny enough, the goat farm is actually not a thing anymore. So at the beginning of
He's frozen, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit, I think. Or he's thinking.
That's what you get if you do an interview at the beach.
Living the life.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if he's just got talking though, isn't it, to himself.
Yeah, he's still talking away.
Yeah. I don't know if it can refresh or not. Oh.
He hasn't paid his bill, has he?
No.
Privateer life. Oh, we've lost him.
He'd probably seen a couple of waves on the beach.
Yeah.
Got his board and jumped back out there.
If there's any questions anyone else wants, if we do get him back, want to ask him, chuck them in the comments and we'll try and get them across. If we get him back. Be the shortest ever interview if we don't. Back to bed. Only got up for this.
Yeah.
I'm naked below this. Yeah, Tyler, my headphones have packed up and it's annoying. This was 5 minutes before trying to sort it all out. Sorry, guys. Don't know if I can edit the settings actually, see if I could quickly. Echo cancellation, we'll have a bit of that. Is that better, Tyler?
Yeah, when I was talking, I could hear myself, but I can't now.
Yeah, I've turned off the echo cancellation, so. I think I prefer it actually without headphones on. Feel more free.
Funny that he comes back in and that with shadow boxing.
I hope he gets
it sounded like he had a meta. He said, "Oh, he had to download." What did he say? He had to download all
Chrome.
And...
I'll remember that because I'll make sure people know.
Mm.
Is that better, Tyler?
Yeah, much better. Sweet. Shall I message him on Instagram? Not paid your phone bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that. Reese, I know the answer to that question already. He's jumping on the 450
this
for the
weekend,
rest of the season. Yeah, well, till he goes back east on the 250.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he'll qualify?
I don't know, mate. I know I was watching some videos of him earlier, and he is rapid, isn't he? But I think the step to the 450 with how packed it is. Like earlier, we was arguing that also I don't think Anstey will. So it's hard, isn't it, to see.
Guess what, Shane? Class question. How long are the whoops?
Funny you say that. I'll pace it out today. I asked my old man. I said to my old man, I went, some of them said 91 metres. He went, get out of here. He said, and he was having a look at the fields and that. But I think, I don't know, we're more looking at, because I spoke to Ches about it as well. And he was saying that the stadium, I think's only, well, it's a football stadium, isn't it? So a football pitch is only like 150 yards. So
yeah,
it can't be 91 metres.
See, that college degree ain't worked now, has it?
No. You got to learn to get out there and earn the coin, innit? To pay the little phone bills and that. We're about flipping houses.
I'm going to stop this banner in a minute. Can you read the banner on yours, Dale?
Yeah.
Have you been on his website?
Yeah, I was looking.
Another cool website.
Yeah, I was looking at seeing how much you can sponsor him and have your name and stuff on.
Yeah, it'd be great if we did make money on here to do little bits like that, wouldn't it?
On his mug guard and that. Yeah, I was looking more to see if it covered me to fly out there and watch one of the rounds.
Yeah.
Then having my name on the mug guard, but
yeah, I think that when you do the kiddie one, you get some tickets and stuff like that.
I tell you what, it'd be good if obviously if he can come back on, or we can get him on, whether he'll come on tonight or if he'll come back on when he's back home or another day, and some of the other provinces. It'd be good if we then, because we've been there like twice now, haven't we? The Supercross.
Yeah.
It'd be good to go there and see him in person, wouldn't it? And obviously have a chat with him.
We'll be going.
Yeah, we say that now we're on here like in a lad chat and that, and then we get off and you got to tell the missus we're on about going to the old Mexico.
We're just gonna. They've asked me to go out for work. You know, this setup thing.
How funny was it when we told them 10 days, wasn't it? Until we got out there, we was all getting messages off our birds. Bolty said to Leah that you're doing 12 out there. We went, yeah, but if you add the travelling, it is really 10.
Hey!
Oh, my goodness.
Privateer life, haven't paid your phone bill.
No joke, man. I just had to get in and move somewhere else. So it's like, for whatever reason, I went from LTE, and then all of a sudden it had no service. So I have no idea what happened. My bad.
No,
that's all good, mate. You know what it's like. You're living the life surfing.
I suck at it.
Yeah, not much of a surfer.
No, that was my first time even attempting, and it was not the prettiest.
It's quite hard, isn't it? I tried it in Australia.
Yeah. I mean, like, we were just like at like a normal spot. We weren't like at a surf spot or anything. So like, the bigger the waves, I feel like it'd be easier.
Yeah. Right. So I can't remember where we were, but
last thing. Oh, we're talking about the goat farm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the goat farm. Yeah.
So yeah, the biggest thing is like, so at the beginning of this year, they pretty much sold it to Star Racing Yamaha. So they're taking it over. So the goat farm's technically not really like a thing anymore, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, no, I was training there for the past year and a half, but I am not training there anymore because of that reason.
Oh, right. So
what do you have to do as a privateer when you between rounds and stuff now? What do you just have to beg, steal, and borrow a ride in places?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I've just been couch surfing, to be honest. Because, and so like, you guys know the Supercross schedule, it's a little bit different this year because of COVID, right?
Oh yeah, it's massively different. Yeah.
So like at the beginning, like these next 2 weekends are actually the most normal weekends because we raced Orlando and then we raced Orlando again this coming weekend. But at the beginning we did Houston Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday.
Yeah,
and then we did Indy Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. So like, it's nice in the fact that you don't have to travel, but like for me, for instance, I didn't ride at all in between rounds, like especially in between Saturday and Tuesday.
It's too quick.
It's too quick. Like, you're just trying to recover from the last race. And then between the Tuesday and the next Saturday, like, yeah, you can maybe ride like Thursday. But when you're in that location, you know, your guys like Factory KTM, Cowie, Star, like, they're buying out the tracks that are around that are even rideable. So their guys can ride. So like, the privateers are just screwed.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So yeah, as of lately, I haven't been riding. I've just been training. My riding is at the races.
Yeah, I suppose you don't forget how to ride after 3 days, do you? You need to recover and just, keep fit, really.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it's the biggest thing, but yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a struggle.
So are I know I've messaged you a couple of times. Are you jumping on the 450 now for a few rounds?
Yes. No, I actually plan on doing the rest of them until we go back to East Coast. I'll be in the 450 every weekend. So I have a 450. So I have obviously my race bike. The one that I've been racing is a 2021 KTM 250F, or SXF, whatever you want to declare it as. But that's what it's actually called. But so then I have a 2019 450 that I had last year as well. So like I have a 450. It's not a brand new one, but they're pretty much the same thing because they haven't changed in the last few years. So I will probably be on the 250 this weekend in the 450 class. And then because we race this weekend in Orlando, next weekend is an off weekend. And then the next weekend is Daytona.
Yeah.
So I've had pretty much zero time on the 450 on a supercross track. So I'm not going to just jump into something that's completely new without like having any time on it, especially with how I've been riding my 250. Like I've been ripping on the 250. So I'll just race the 250 this weekend, probably in the 450 class. And then over the next 2 weeks, because we have the next weekend is the off weekend, I'll get on the 450 and hopefully we'll be ripping the 450 in the 450 class in Daytona.
Is it worth you doing it? Oh, sorry, Dale. Go on.
What bike do you prefer, riding a 450 or 250?
I prefer riding a 250 indoors and a 450 outdoors, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
I think I will like riding the 450 indoors more. Like I think I'm going to be a 450 rider altogether, but I just haven't had a whole lot of time on a supercross track on a 450. Like a lot of people may not think it's a big deal, but like it's a pretty big deal because when you're like turning in corner and you're seating into like a big three, that 450 will rip out of your hands if you're not ready for it. The 250 won't. So like that's not even. I'm not even nervous about that part. The biggest thing is I haven't had a whole lot of whoops practice on a 450, and on a 250, like a large majority of people will understand that like the 250 will wrap out, and it's really easy to control because like you can only go so fast. Well, the 450 obviously has more power, so like I'm used to a 250 like spinning and wrapping out. When a 450 will probably hook up and it like potential to loop out if you're 15 laps into a main event and you're tired as hell. You know what I mean? So I think it's the smarter move. That way I don't put myself into the ground and then get a little bit of time on the 450 and then hop on the 450.
Sweet. If you ride and don't qualify, is it still worth you doing it, obviously, for practice? Or
no, first of all, one, the 450 class is stacked as hell.
Yeah.
But two, that's the goal is to get qualified in. And then, as long as I can get qualified in, which one, that's going to be a tough thing for me because I'm not very good at qualifying regardless. Like, I'm much more of a racer than I am a qualifier. That's apparent in the 250 class as well because I'll qualify almost 20th and then I'll end up 7th.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The qualifying is going to be the biggest hurdle for me. And then, so as long as we can get in, then it's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be worth it regardless. Like, yes, if I don't qualify, I don't qualify. I'm going to be pissed if I don't qualify because that I should be qualifying. But no, the biggest thing is just get in and then just get some more laps, get used to because obviously in the 40 class, these dudes are going to be a lot more aggressive. So just kind of getting my feet wet with that instead of just taking this time off to go try to train because as a privateer, I don't have a training facility that I go to every day or that I'm set up at. So then I'm having to pay money to go train or say, screw it, let's just go keep racing. You know what I mean?
How much does it cost you to enter a race meeting? Someone's just asked, Scott's just asked that question.
It costs us, it's $225 just to have your name on the, your name there. So to be entered is $225. And then with COVID, they're requiring us to buy their COVID test every weekend.
Of course,
$75 a race. So technically it costs $300 just to be able to line up for qualifying. And qualifying, that doesn't even guarantee that you're going to be racing and making money. If you don't qualify, you don't make anything back. So take $300 and count in hotels and travel and parts and food and flights if you're flying or travel, fuel, it adds up very quickly. So that's why as a privateer, you go after people that are willing to support sponsors. That way you can give them benefits and whatnot. And then obviously my cool little program that I'm doing that I haven't seen a whole lot of, or actually I've never seen anybody do yet is I have a pretty cool program on my website.
Your website's brilliant.
It gets fans involved. So anybody, say you don't have a business that you have or anything, maybe you have a little extra cash or anything like that, and you just want to help a privateer out, all you have to do is go to my website, which is kevinmoranz.com, and then click join Moranz Racing.
I'll put it along the bottom here.
I see. Yeah,
so, Yeah,
So,
if
yeah.
this makes money one day, we was talking about how it'd be so great just to give you guys like, even if you paid for your entry twice a year,
Yeah, exactly. Like that's almost $500. Like that's huge
Yeah.
for a privateer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we said it's definitely something we would love to if we can. We've only been doing this we started at the beginning of the AMA season reviewing the AMA every week. So we've been talking about you every week.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's just building slowly, and we've liked actually that where we've lost a few big names, you guys, the privateers, have actually got quite a lot of TV coverage, haven't you, lately?
Yeah, exactly. Especially me, dude. It's been shocking how much TV coverage I've gotten, to be honest, especially the first 3 rounds. And then even this last round when I was in front of Shimoda for a while in the main event and stuff like that. Like, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. We've just got a few questions coming in. So
yeah, hit me up. Any questions? I like the questions.
A little one we were having a debate about last week is how long are some of these whoops, in distance, because on telly we can't really see. It's quite tough to tell.
So are you saying like distance in between each one, or
yeah? So if there's
how
10,
long is the total?
Yeah, there's how far are they apart, and then obviously how many there are. We can work out how long they are.
Honestly, man, they haven't been very bad this year. As far as I'm concerned, like we haven't had gnarly whoops before, and they haven't been too bad. So like I would say, they're probably every bit about 3 foot tall. And or I mean, I know you guys. I don't know if you guys.
That's about my height.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you guys do feet and then stuff like that over there. You guys are probably meters and shit. But anyway, 3 feet tall, and they're probably about 5 feet apart, maybe 4 or 5 feet apart. I could be completely lying to you, but I don't know. Like the distance of a bike is probably pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you just hit them and see what happens.
Yeah, you just don't think. You just wide open. That's all you got.
Is there a massive difference between arena cross and the supercross?
Yeah, I'd have to say so. Like the biggest thing is the tightness of it. So like, for instance, where you guys are located in the UK, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
So do you know of the German supercross stuff?
Don't really follow too much German supercross. Okay,
so no. I'm terrible with my locations and my geography and whatnot.
Yeah.
But so like for instance, I went over to Germany to race the ADAC series or something like that. Not this past year because I was supposed to go back over there, but COVID screwed everything. But the year before that, and so like in arena cross, everything's really tight. So like corners are much sharper. The sections are a lot more condensed. And, obviously when you turn, you have whoops right out of the corner. It's a little bit different in Supercross. Like, yeah, we have some corners or some whoops that are right out of corners, but a large majority of it, there's a lot more flow in Supercross than there is in Arena Cross. Arena Cross, you're a lot more tense. You got people trying to kill you and T-bone you all the time.
Yeah, we have that in the UK.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. So...
Yeah, no, it's good. Obviously, I'm guessing it's good practice though. It gets you, ready for the, the main thing. Really.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I mean, that's what you're going to be dealing with, especially when you go to the 450 class. Like those dudes don't play around. Like if you're in their way, they're going to move you.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch you on Saturday night to see.
Yeah, same. That's a lot of people ask me like, so what are your realistic expectations? I was like, well, first off, like we should be in the night show, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. And I was like, looking at the field and maybe on a 250, I was like, let's be honest. Coming out of the heat race straight to the main event is going to be pretty damn tough.
Yeah,
so I was like, so say we go to the LCQ, I was like, with your boys' starts, and they've been pretty good. So I was like, even on a 250, if we have a little bit shorter start stretch, I have no doubt in my mind that I'm going to be top 5-ish probably coming out of that start. And that's really all you need in an LCQ is to get a good start and just run clean laps.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's too far out of reality that I'm going to be in a main event eventually in the 450 class. Like I think that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
But
it's so stacked though because
dude,
Tickle didn't even make the main, did he?
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. So I could be just completely talking out of my ass here, but that's where I believe I should be.
Yeah. Someone we do talk about on the podcast quite a lot is Vince Freezy. What are your thoughts on Vince Freezy?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't pay attention to it a whole lot because obviously, like, me in the 250 class and, like, him in the 450 class, like, I'm always doing my own stuff, too. But are you talking specifically about the whole Barsha situation and whatnot?
No, every
just
week.
Him in general.
Just every week.
There seems to be an incident, and he seems to be the instigator.
I don't know, man. I mean, at the beginning, like a couple years ago, like he was the one up in the mix doing stupid stuff. Now he's getting lapped and he's doing stupid stuff. So like, I don't really know.
Yeah,
I don't know him personally, so I can't really sit here and talk shit on him.
Yeah.
Have you got any good friends in racing?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of really good buddies, especially that are down here, like in Florida and whatnot. And then, like I'm really good buddies with like Benny Bloss, who's in the 450 class.
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Like that's who I was just at the beach with. It was him and I and his mechanic that were all trying to serve. We all suck. But yeah,
I bet he's
I have
funny
some
on the
good buddies.
surfboard because he's massive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a baby giraffe.
So, no.
Do you have any rivals?
Um,
Is there anyone you kind of don't like losing to on the track, or you try and beat every weekend, or?
Not really, if I'm being honest. Like, I mean, I could sit here and point out factory dudes that are, yeah, I want to beat them every weekend, but like, I think that's everybody's goal. So, you know, they have a lot. I don't want to say better equipment because I feel like I'm pretty good right now with like, I feel happy with everything I have, but like just having a team that takes care of everything, like they're getting paid, they're not having to grind it out like I am, do this all like a bunch of just emailing every day and social media and like, which I really love doing all that. Like, don't get me wrong, but it just takes up so much time that I'm not focused on, or I am focused, but it's not like I know where I'm going to ride every week. You know what I mean? Or I don't know, my team's not just going to go rent out this track and let me ride it. Like, no, like I've got to try to figure out what I can do because of teams like that just throw money around and can do whatever they want.
Yeah, but your results at the moment are definitely going to be putting you in the mix. Someone's got to talk about you for next year, I think.
That's what I'm thinking too, man. And like, that's why I'm just staying consistent with, honestly, like my social media stuff. Cause like, that's a big deal when it comes to racing and like for sponsors and whatnot. Like it would probably make you sick with how many people that I've talked to about sponsorship. And the first few questions is how many followers you have. I'm just like, whatever. So like, that's just, it's where racing is going. Like, I can't deny that. But yeah, like just getting up there in the mix, like, so like there's several instances that like they have to talk about me. Like, so, you know, like in Houston when I was going for a whole shot and then Faulkner like kind of came down in on me a little bit and then we hit and we both went down. Like, that's obviously not my intentions. And I'm actually buddies with Austin. So like I texted him afterwards, like, bro, I didn't mean to do that. You just came down really hard. He's like, no, you're all good. But like, that has to require Mitch to like be like, who was that? You know what I mean? Or like team managers have to see some of this stuff and like, you know, and like now I've had 4 top 5 finishes in heat races and then several top 10s and whatnot, which yes, obviously the East Coast has had some injuries and whatnot. So it's gotten a little bit lighter. The field's gotten a little bit lighter, but like with my riding and how I feel my potential is, like, I think that I will be in the mix next year for sure.
We say it every week.
Rip a whole shot Saturday, and they'll be talking about it.
Exactly. Rip a whole shot on a 250 in the 450 class and say, screw you guys.
Yeah, we won't. We'll be posting it all over social media.
Oh yeah. That would be badass.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome if you could do that. Do you have any like pre-race rituals? Are you like really like left sock first or anything like that?
No. So like the only thing I do is always pray or whatever. And I do this thing. I always do that. And then whoever's taking me to the line, when I was a kid, me and my dad have just like this little handshake kind of deal. And like, I do that with anybody who takes me to the line. I do that before I take off.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So do your parents get to come much, or is it mainly like all on your own and then, you know? No,
like my dad would love to come to every single race. Like he would love to, but he just can't really do it with his work and whatnot. And it's not like neither of my parents like own businesses or anything like that. So they have, you know, they don't have the freedom of just taking off whatever they want. Yeah. So, it's a little bit different, but my dad would love to go to every race, but like I said, like he just can't. So, and especially now with COVID, I don't even know if they're going to make it to a single race. Like they might come down to Arlington or maybe Salt Lake at the end, but like the whole COVID testing at every round and you have to be there early. Like that's just extra days that they have to take off. It's more hotels. It's just like, it's a bunch of BS, dude, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. We're still in a lockdown in the UK anyway.
Are you serious?
Yeah, honestly, mate. Yeah. So
like a full lockdown?
Yeah, we're meant to be, but everyone's sort of.
Yeah.
So, nah.
Oh, wow.
I'll just quickly check, make sure there's no more questions that we've missed from anyone. Dave, have you got anything else?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, because every year we look forward to watching like Daytona. And I wanted to ask, how hard is Daytona look like that rough? Obviously, is it looks on the telly, or is
So
it not?
it sucks because you guys obviously know the difference of like settings and suspension that you need to have for
Yeah.
outdoors and then for Supercross.
Yeah.
So like as a privateer, it's really, really hard because it's not like you have, for instance, like all the teams, a suspension guy there that can change whatever you want at the waking second.
Yeah.
So like privateer, like you got to go to the race with what you're racing. You can't do anything about it. So it sucks for us because we'll have our bikes set up for Supercross. Like I'm about to have this coming weekend in Orlando because it's normal Supercross. Well, then when you go to Daytona, yes, it's a lot rougher. It's a lot looser. It's more moto-ish than Supercross. So like it's tough to find a hybrid setting for suspension. So yes, it is as tough and as gnarly as it looks on TV. Trust me.
What do you think of Jet Lawrence? Quickly before we
dude. Like I race against him and he's younger than me and he kicks my ass, but I like watching him. Like he's like, you gotta kind of be a fan. You know what I mean?
That's what we say. You can't not be a fan of his, can you?
Yeah, no. Like I mean, the biggest thing, honestly, like even with you guys, like I think an accent just changes the game, at least in America. Like it makes it more entertaining because we're all used to just talking normal.
Yeah, so
well, I think he's.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So we're gonna probably wrap it up and let you get on with you. I know you're quite a busy man. So
no, you're good. I appreciate you guys having me on, though. For sure.
Yeah, no. If anyone does want to take a look at his website, it's a really awesome website, and you can become a fan for what is it, $4 a month or something?
Yeah, $5 a month is the lowest tier and whatnot, and then it goes up from there. Like you can even have your first and last name on my race bike. So there's a lot of really cool programs. Yeah, you just go on to kevinmoranz.com. You hit the Join the Moranz Racing tab. You can either join as a sponsor or as a fan. So sponsors obviously get like logos on the bike and the jerseys and stuff like that, marketing videos to kind of help them. Fans will get obviously like the name on the bike is an option, or they get signed jerseys, signed number plates, Yeah,
it's really cool. I had a good
stuff.
look at it. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic website you've built there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And like I take a lot of pride in that too, because like I didn't pay somebody to make that. Like I sat there and played for it or with it for like 3 weeks straight, just trying to get it to look the way I wanted. So like I take a lot of pride in doing a lot of this stuff on my own.
Yeah. So, well, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to come and have a chat. And then good luck the weekend on the 250. We will be rooting for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna happen. You just wait.
we'll all be messaging you if it does.
Like, yeah, there you go. Well, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, all the best for the rest of the season, and we'll catch you soon.
Sounds good.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Bye.